Hi guys, it's Stephanie. It's Sunday, October 15th. Yeah. So anyways, this morning I had an interview set up with my company out here in the town where I'll be living. And the interview was a phone interview, and it was supposed to take place at 11 a.m. So I left the house about 10 o'clock, and I went out and I got a quick breakfast. I had made some eggs at home, and I took the food back home so I can eat, because I just want to feel settled in and to feel calm and relaxed before the manager called me for our telephone interview. Well, I had my breakfast, I sat down, and I started watching some YouTube videos, and then about 11:15 I shut down YouTube and I made sure that I had enough charge on my phone, and I waited. I waited and I waited and I waited. So I was a little bit disappointed, because to me, an interview means an interview. So anyways, before I continue on what happened, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to those people just visiting my channel for the first time. If you guys find something or see something that resonates with you, please consider unsubscribing. So, more when we return. So I waited and I waited and I waited and I waited. I was disappointed. I sent them a text that to remind them that we had an interview set up by phone. Were they going to reschedule? Were they going to call me today sometime? They never replied. By now, almost an hour have gone by, and I said, you know what? This is so shameful, because I think in a retail job like this, when you're working for such a big company, we all rely and depend on communication, right? Right off the bat, I was seeing something that was very familiar within this company's actions, is that when you call them up, they never answer the phone. When they answer the phone and you're asking for managers, they never come to the phone. And I noticed that too when I'm working in the store and a customer wants to speak with a manager. They do get a little bit irritable if you're giving them the phone to talk with customer complaints and so on. I'm not a customer. I'm calling to find out why nobody contacted me for my interview. To me, it's important. I want to have a job when I come out here to live. All right? When I come out here to live, I'll be on my 2 weeks vacation to get settled in my home, but I also want to have a peace of mind that I'm going to go to work on a certain day after my vacation. So I called them 4 times. 4 times. They passed me to a manager to speak with, and a manager never came to the phone. I called 4 times. I was disgusted, I was annoyed, and I was disappointed. So anyways, the 5th time that I called, I told the woman on the phone, I said, tell the managers that I'm on my way to see them. Now, this town right here where I'm at right now is not around the corner. It's a 2-hour drive. A 2-hour drive. So immediately after I placed that call and informed them that I'm on my way here to see a manager, they called me. And I spoke with the manager and I let her know how annoyed I was and how disappointed I'd become. And she apologized, and she said that they've had a busy Sunday, and she felt how not so happy I was. And her response to me was, if you want to cancel, you can cancel. It's not so easy to cancel when you're having to rely on this job when you come out here to pay your mortgage. Okay? That answer was a loser's answer. That was like, you're just another person. If you want to cancel, cancel. I already have a job with the company. I want to interview because that's part of the process to put a transfer in place. All right? I told her that I'm on my way, and she says, okay, then we'll do a person-to-person interview. So I drove 2 hours down here. 2 hours down here. And an hour into the drive, she calls me and she to ask me if I'm nearby. I said, no, I still have an hour to go. She said, I thought you were living in the town where you bought the home. I said, no, I close in 2 weeks. And she said, well, where are you now? I said, I'm down here in South Florida. And she says, oh my God, all right. She said, I didn't know you were that far. I said, yeah. And she said, well, okay, I'm gonna go to lunch and I'll be here when you get here. When you get here, just ask for me. So that's what I did. When I got there, we sat down in her office and she asked me some questions, and the interview was maybe about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. She asked me about some questions regarding business and about when I'll be moving. I said, well, after my closing immediately, I'm going to move up here. And she said, okay. And she said that she's going to talk with the manager about our interview, and she'll notify me on my next move. You see, I was relying also on my current manager to help me find a job, but I can't be 100% reliant on my manager to find me a job, okay? I have to show them how serious I am and how much I want this job. When I got here to speak with the manager at this store, she said she really appreciates that we had a face-to-face meeting with the interview as opposed to the phone interview. Okay? And for that I agreed. So I've been here ever since 2 p.m. Today, and right now it's almost 5:15. So I've been here over 3 hours. And I'm glad I came, because I know what she looks like, and now I can place a voice with a face. And I'm hoping that her manager, her boss, will see the dedication and committed I was to drive out here to conduct this interview. So yeah, I wasn't very happy this morning, and quite frankly, I'm glad that I came up here instead of conducting this interview over the phone. You know, because they can't see your facial expression over the phone. Right? They can't gauge your seriousness and your commitment over the phone conversation. And that was something I picked up right away, because when I was on the phone with her talking from the house, she said, well, it wasn't like you're here in person. That comment made me feel like, because I'm on the phone, does it mean that it's not a 100% quality interview? Am I going to be less of a chance of getting a transfer because it's a telephone interview? Were they going to accept personal interviews over a telephone interview? Will those people who go in, do a walk-in interview, are they going to be preferential to my phone interview? So I'm glad that she got to see me face to face. And she knows how far I drove to be here. So yeah, she did apologize twice. She apologized on the phone, and she also apologized when she saw me in person. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to let my manager know that I drove up here to meet them, and I got a chance to meet a couple of employees and also check out the store that I'm hopefully going to work in. The manager here told me that to also, when I do get hired here, when I do transfer here, to keep an eye out on positions becoming available at the other store here where it's much closer. This store is 35 minutes away. It's about 25 miles. I can do that temporarily while something else opens up at the other store. So today it was well worth it for me to drive up here. And also, while I was here, I stopped by the house and I noticed that they still have a bedroom set in there and 2 sofas and an oxygen tank with an oxygen breathing device. That it's still there. It's been here for over 3 weeks, and I have to remind my realtors to make sure that they tell the sellers to remove it. It's not my responsibility to move their personal belongings out of the house. Okay? So, yeah. So anyways, I didn't think I was going to make another video today, but because I never had a telephone interview, I decided to come up here, and what transpired today should be a good indication to them that I am a dedicated employee and I care about my job. Yeah. So, anyways, if anything else transpires, I will get back here on my video and let you guys know. I'm asking you guys to send me your blessings and keep me in your prayers that all works out well. I'm putting all my eggs in this basket, and I think what I'm doing is a good investment. it costs me much less to live out here and to own a home out here in this town of where I am, instead of paying almost $3,000 just to rent a truck to move all the way to New England with my vehicles and my things. I'm already here in Florida, so why don't I just make the most of it? I found a nice little town here. It's a simple town, it's a quiet town, and so far the people at the locations seem friendly. I just stopped at Walmart and I spoke with an employee. I told him that I'd be interested in working part-time with them, but when I get up here, I'm not going to waste any time at all. I'm going to get looking for a part-time job right away. As soon as I move here, that's what I'll be doing. As a matter of fact, starting today, I'll be doing applications online for this town. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon.